Hi and welcome to this Key Learning Initiative video. Today's topic is linear equations with constants on both sides. With linear equations, when I teach them, I use 7 steps to solve all of them. All 7 can be found in the first comment below. Today, however, I'm only using step 6 and step 7. So let's have a look at the steps we take when we have constants on both sides. So, step 6, by adding or subtracting, which are inverse operations, move all the constant terms to the no variable side. In other words, to the side where there are no letters. And step 7, which you're hopefully familiar with, by dividing, which is inverse operations, by the coefficient of the variable, get it by itself. Once you've done that, this means that the equation is solved. So, here we have our 2 steps that we're using, step 6 and step 7. Let's get on with some examples. Example 1. X plus 2 equals 6. So, step 6 says, by adding or subtracting, which are inverse operations, move all the constant terms to the no variable side. So, if you look, we have an x on the left-hand side and no x on the right-hand side. And so we have to get the plus 2 to the right-hand side. Now, as I said, we're using inverse operations. So the opposite of my adding of 2 is subtracting of 2. So I subtract 2 from both sides. So I then get x is equal to, and 6 minus 2 is 4. So step 6 is done. Now I look at step 7 by dividing, which is the inverse operations, by the coefficient of the variable, the number in front of the variable. I get it by itself. Now there's no number in front of x, so actually it's already solved, and so I can put a tick next to step 7, which means that is my answer. X equals 4. Alright, example 2. Minus 5 equals minus 6 plus y. So, step 6, by adding or subtracting inverse operations, move all the constant terms to the no variable side. So, I have a variable on the right hand side, which is y, and so I have to move the negative 6 to the left hand side. So, I do the opposite of minus 6, which is adding 6 to both sides. So, minus 5 plus 6 just gives me 1, and that equals y. So, step 6 done. Step 7, by dividing, which is an inverse operation, by the coefficient of the variable, the number in front of the letter, get it by itself. Well, if we look at y, it already is by itself. There's no number in front. And so our answer, or our final answer for example 2, is 1 equals y, or y equals 1. Step 7 done. Example 3. 0 equals negative 4 plus 2x. So, step 6, by adding or subtracting, move all the constant terms to the no variable side. So, we have variables or letters on the right hand side, and so I have to move my negative 4 to the left hand side. Now, inverse operations, so the opposite of negative 4 is positive 4, and so I have to add 4 to both sides. So, 0 plus 4 is just 4, equals minus 4 plus 4 becomes 0 and disappears, equals 2x. Excellent. Step 6 done. Now, step 7. By dividing by the coefficient of the variable, get it by itself. So, what number is in front of my x? Hopefully you can see it's 2. And so I divide both sides by 2. 4 divided by 2 gives me 2, and 2x divided by 2 gives me x. Step 7 done. And so 2 equals x, or x equals 2, is my final answer. Example 4. Negative 2a plus 5 equals negative 2. Alright, so step 6. By adding or subtracting, move all the constant terms to the no variable side. So in this question, we've got variables or letters on the left-hand side. So we have to move my plus 5 to the right-hand side. So the opposite of plus 5 is minus 5, and so I subtract 5 from both sides. That gives me negative 2a, my plus 5 minus 5 disappears, equals, and then minus 2 minus 5 is minus 7. Great. Step 6, done. Step 7. By dividing by the coefficient of the variable, get it by itself. So we have negative 2 in front of our letter, or letter A, so we divide both sides by negative 2. On my left-hand side, negative 2a divided by negative 2 gives me just a, and that equals negative 7 divided by negative 2, and negative divided by negative gives me a positive 7 over 2. Alright, step 7, done, and therefore a equals 7 over 2 is my final answer. Remember, you can have a fraction as an answer. Not often, but it can happen. So, thank you for watching this Key Learning Initiative video on linear equations where we have constants on both sides. I hope it has been helpful. Please like and share so that more and more people can see these videos.